Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Challenger Series, powered by ZOTAC. And day one it was incredible, aggressive. I think we both had a banger of a game for yesterday, and looking forward to today. You can only hope for the best, right? It's still gonna be best of one, so that's gonna still be a little heat behind the players' seat when they get on the game. You can see all that change, man. Especially game 4 yesterday, you saw how in so many contrasting situations everything went by the roll of the dice, right? That's what we're looking for today.
Yeah, it should be even better today considering a lot of the matchups that we do have. But then again, we see a lot of the teams that did really win out on yesterday's matchup. We do see Reckoning, Team Cullies. Yeah, they have their own vengeance set. But at the same time, you got to consider this is the round of 16. So the teams are a lot more better. They're a lot more proficient at what they do. So Team ANF and Team Prime 5 could be the next big outliers of this entire thing, taking down a couple of the home favorites. I would say Reckoning getting a solid 13-0 victory on their side, and Team
Oof.
Cullies being able to take down Team T69, mind you. And
Yeah.
that is not an easy feat.
They made it look relatively easy as well. Not gonna lie, it was especially on their defense, right? They kind of read T69 like a book. So I'm very interested to see what they have to offer to us today. Again, Prime 5, not a team that we all have become accustomed to, right? So it's gonna be an interesting matchup because neither of us do not know which way it's gonna go. So that's our 7 p.m. and our 7:40 p.m. matchup today. We have 4 best of ones today, mind you. So it's going to be an extravaganza all day. Get ready with your Red Bull, get ready with your popcorn, because after this, 8:20 p.m. we have Enigma Gaming versus W Gaming. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how Enigma Gaming are gonna perform. We did see them 1 month ago in the history books of the Gauntlet. Not the kind of loss that they wanted to take, but again, it's Enigma Gaming, right? Top team in India. We're looking for them to have a very good 2022, and this could be where they maybe change that tide just a little bit. A path to redemption.
Yeah, the way that they did end off their career was not really the best of ways for the Gauntlet per se, but then again, hey, second place is not really the worst of things, is it? But it's not first place. And hopefully on this tournament, they're going to be able to rise up to that challenge and be the one to just take the trophy and lift up the entire thing by themselves. But we don't really know just yet. because
Yeah.
all of these underdog teams, they are also improving at a rapid pace. They're constantly evolving, constantly changing up their strategies. And I hope to see the side of both of these teams, Reckoning and Cullies, be able to showcase that potential that they did showcase yesterday. Or will it be a complete and utter whitewash from the opposition? We don't really know just yet. We can just hope for the best, and
Yeah.
maybe the teams are going to be able to deliver.
Yeah, and we keep talking about potential, right? The potential you carry. You require the best gear to do it as well. And for all of you looking to invest in a really good monitor, an esports grade monitor, we have a link down in the description below where if you use the code UG999, you get a 999 rupee off on the LG Ultragear 144Hz monitor, with it being the LG 24GN600. So if you are in the market for a new monitor, if you want to tap like how you saw yesterday, and yeah, if you want to be a step ahead of your competition, you know where to go. And alongside that, maybe a couple of frames would be able to boost your ability to get that early frag. Maybe you're in the market for a GPU. So do check out the cards powered by ZOTAC. All the best, all the top in the line. Again, a standard household name in gaming for a reason, right?
True.
Aggressive. Our first matchup for today. What's your expectations walking in now?
Considering the map being Haven, it's going to be a far cry from what we normally saw for the longest of times. It was just a bite fiesta yesterday. A lot of depressing moments,
Yeah,
but at the same time, a lot of fun ones as well. But with the map of Haven being a lot more open, a lot more strategies that can be played around the map, it allows you to have creative freedom that all
yeah,
the other maps really do not let you have.
for
Even when you
sure.
consider a map of Greece, which is massive in scale, it's not really creative freedom. It's just that paranoia on the back of your head, being like, there has to be someone behind me. There has to be someone behind me. But here on Haven, you can take control of the entire map. You have a lot of different avenues to work with. And I really do believe that I'm leaning a little bit more on the side of Reckoning, because they are the kings of Haven, pretty much being able to take down even a lot more of the other parts of the competition
Hmm.
quite simply. But for now, let's cool it down, because from what I have seen, their opposition team is quite stacked when you consider the roster by itself. And I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
audience back at home, they're going to be really excited to see this team. So, Team Reckoning, they cannot, and I repeat, they cannot underestimate this squad at all.
100%, man. And one thing that actually does come to my mind was yesterday's matchup when Reckoning picked up the double controller and double initiator
Oh, that's
composition,
true.
right? Now, this being Haven, they can't afford to do such a thing. Haven requires at least a minimum of one sentinel, and I'm assuming that being Chamber, right? You need to have your alarm bots to play around with your positioning and have a little bit more fluidity and how you're going to commit that mid round, early round rotation. So I'm going to be assuming that this is going to be a very rational reckoning that we're going to see today. Because again, like you said, the matchup, even though it's not a solid team per se, it's a team of solid players, and that's something that you certainly got to
Yep.
respect. So I'm expecting something pretty standard walking into this matchup right now. I'm expecting both teams to play towards the textbook game style, but we're obviously going to see the whack stuff that we got to see yesterday. I'm not expecting anything from what would be a highlight reel worthy game.
Yeah, especially when you consider how insane both of these teams are going to be, considering just names by themselves. And when you have such extreme talent on both sides, you know for a fact that you are wide enough to be on a very good game. But will it be a hot inferno, or is it going to be as cold as ice? Because one of these teams, they need to rise up to the plate. Otherwise, this is not going to be a match where you can really say both of these teams deserve to be on the very top. One of the high stake games coming in this early on in the tournament on the round of 16 is quite rare. And
Yeah,
this
it
treat
is.
could just be an insane one, because we had no idea this thing was coming in. We had no idea what the roster was even. Now that we are looking at the roster, this is possibly like two tier two teams going up against one another, but one tier two team doesn't even have an organization backing them.
I mean, that's the scene with Indian Valorant, right? With the way this tournament is, we have teams like Revenant Esports, Blind Esports, very prominent name in the mobile esports industry, banking in on Valorant. So that's what a lot of these teams here who do not have an org are looking for, and this is the best platform for them to prove it. Now, imagine taking a win
True.
against a team like Reckoning, dude. That's going to be a very, very big W when you're going to go and pitch. And sometimes this is the way to greatness. Let's again head to the agent's Lexus. We can theory craft how much ever we want, but this is going to be the actual proof in the pudding. You talked about Haven to this extent. Now, this is what I feel. A lot of these players on the server right now have a lot of individual prowess, and considering how much rule there is to make chaos in Haven, that does make room for solo individual plays as well. And players like Deadly, players like Smoker, you give them an inch, they'll be sure to take a mile off that mileage.
Mm-hmm. You give them a finger, they're gonna bite the entire thing, entire hand off, pretty much. That's how dangerous they can be in these type
What
of
have you been giving your
scenarios.
fingers for, Aggressive? I'm curious now.
No, get your mind out of the gutter, boy. We're casting Valorant here.
Well,
And on the other side, we do see a couple of the more normal pickups coming in, but the KO being picked up for Smoker, I really do believe that Reckoning is the only team that we have seen completely integrate the KO in every single one of the in
yeah,
every
and it
single one of
started
the
off
roster
the
positions.
and it started on the back of Deadly, right? It's good to see him transition out of that KO now. It seemed like towards the start of the year, towards December, Jan, he was the KO in India that in every tournament you'd see him just lock in that hero and hone in on its abilities. A team like Reckoning, the fact that they keep swapping around their roles is something that I like, because in a team, when you're going to be
Hmm.
facilitating different roles, you basically understand. Like, let's say you were a Jet player and now you're going to be playing something like a Sky or a KO. You understand what that Jet needs to get success, and you can do that in a very situational way, in a very fast way of thinking. That's exactly what's needed in a game like Valorant, right? Which is very fast paced, where utility can make the key difference in a millisecond. So, with Reckoning, having this steady composition, having a very stable five-man roster, I've got to give them the upper hand heading into this matchup. This might be a best of one, sure, but this is still in a professional setting, and you have to give them that respect that they've been garnering over the past 6 months, where they've been the tier 2 team that's on their way to bridge their gap to tier 1.
Still gonna be difficult though, regardless, considering the sheer amount of teams that are just rising up to the challenge constantly over and over again. But then again, you have players like Kazuri who haven't really been on the rise as much because I haven't seen him play professionally for how long? It's almost been a year.
Yeah, while.
It's
This
gonna
could
be
be
interesting
his
to see him again.
start of good times, though. Again, those best of one formats built for teams like these to have success, right? You cannot predict something that you've not seen. You cannot predict the unpredictable, bro. That's the advantage they have walking into this matchup.
Let's see if they can utilize it as well here because for now though, you can't really bank on the fact that opponents are going to make a ton of mistakes. You need to make sure that you play your cards properly, the best of your own capabilities, without even skipping a beat here. And considering the amount of talent that you have on your side, you should be able to do it. But then again, we were proven wrong by what happened yesterday of Team D69. They
Yeah.
had all of the big names, but they lost to Cullies, which was something very surprising. So Reckoning, you can be on the receiving end as well if you're not careful.
Yeah. The only difference now in terms of composition that I see is the initiator, right? You have the KU on the side of Reckoning Esports, and you have the Sky on the side of Team ENF. In a map like Haven, I kind of feel like both these agents have found their unique taste and both are very viable in this matchup. It's gonna be a little different in terms of how the setup could be, though. At least in terms of Team ANF, especially on their defense, they can afford to play a little aggressive, and even on the attack, they can afford to tank a little bit of damage because of the overgrowth that the Sky offers. Whereas on the side of Reckoning, you can rely on maybe getting as much window in your attack being bought alongside the suppress. A lot of different ways that we can go about this, but I feel like both the sides are starting off on their strong side. If you're fan of Team ANF, you want them to be really good on the attack, on the defense, because to some extent with the Chamber Sky combo, I feel like it's a little better on the whole. And on the other side with the KO Chamber composition, it still is valuable on the attack, right? So either side will need to find that early success in the first half. I feel like this is prime real estate of this matchup.
Both of these composition really, in a way, don't favor each other as much, but the primary difference being the KO versus the Sky. I think that the KO just is far substantially better. We've seen this in the meta shifts as well, that KO has been rising up primarily due to the way he shuts down other characters quite easily, even Chambers not being able to do what they want, Sky's not being able to flash out and slow down a push.
Yeah.
KO just adds so much utility down onto the table, but Sky just completely fell out of the meta, even though that she was not even nerfed even once. And that surprises me because Sky nerfs came in, yeah, but was Sky not in the meta? No, of course not. But I believe that not having the Astra anymore
Hmm.
pretty much tanked Sky heavily because the way that Astra slowed down pushes and the way that Astra could set up your teammates for utility as well,
Yeah.
it really did hurt the character quite heavily in that regard.
To some extent. And you can also say the same to heroes like Raze, right? That do more collateral AoE damage. So without the astral utility being that prominent, you do see teams shifting away and trying to have a little more team-orientated setup where maybe in a 2 versus 2 you have that Sova Jet combo, you have maybe the Rena KO combo, which can go in tandem to facilitate the respective other. You see a lot more split compositions as well, where they're willing to take fights on multiple fronts. I don't think Reckoning have been one of those teams, though. Most of the time when they're in the attack, I see them do most of their things together rather than taking a split and slow approach. That's been at least what's their go-to strategy in their matchup yesterday. That's something that might be completely different today as well, aggressive. I think that's something we've not accounted for, right? Yesterday, Reckoning just played a very, very vanilla Valorant, if you may say so. You know, very textbook, very standard, go together, just do the bare basics to get that, you know, what would have been a risky best of one secured. I think the best way that they could have gone about it. So today, with this kind of a matchup, with there being more prominent names and with there being at least more relevant firepower on the other side, we might see them pull maybe an ace up their sleeve.
We may just be able to do it, but at the same time, we cannot really overhype the team as much because the last time we did overhype the team, yeah, the cruel mistress came in and tapped us on our shoulders. Did you forget that I exist?
So are you not going to support Enigma Gaming today?
Um, I'm gonna be on that neutral position, dude. Nice bait, but I'm not taking it.
Dude, a car in neutral is just wasting fuel, and you're kind of like, you know, wasting fuel now.
No, no, no. I'm just being on the safe side here. I don't want any angry comments on my Instagram. You can be the judge of that.
Aw. Safety first, eh?
Yeah,
All right.
safety first.
I get where it's coming from. Regardless, I think the players still need a couple more moments to set up for the best of one. With, like we said, the first matchup of the day being what we consider a little more high stake, high reward, where we don't know which direction it's going to lean. You want all the players to start off on an even foot, right? So we're just going to wait this out for a couple more moments. And hey, this buys us a little more talking time, right? So
True.
with there being the new initiator announced, now the meta shift is gonna be hard. I feel like
Yep.
with how it's gonna be, dude, I feel a little bothered about my duelist comrades right now.
I think the game is shifting away from a full-on duelist meta. The
Yeah.
duelists are heavily underpowered. Like, honestly speaking, I don't think that duelists have a place in this game anymore, other than Jet, because Jet fills a completely different role that you need to have on a team, pretty much. But even then,
Yeah.
a lot of European teams are not even picking up the Jet ball.
You have the
That,
chamber who takes the
yeah,
operator, so no worries there. You have a lot of long range capabilities with the chamber as well with the headhunter. You don't even need to invest in a Don Marshall for the one tap lethality. You just need to invest 100 credits on the headhunter and maybe on a map like Icebox or Fracture where you're guaranteed a long range engagement that usually comes to a very, very good avail. So I get where you're exactly coming from, and I feel like with the other initiator addition, there might be soon another controller, which is desperately needed as well. I feel. I think the game's ready. No point of us
that's
buying more time. So whoever in chat like Caster start the game, well, I think we got you covered, buddy. So let's head right into the game for the first best one for the day. Reckoning Esports with somewhat of a pressure on their shoulders because they know that they are the ones that have a name to prove. Let's see if they're up for the task.
won't be an easy feat though, regardless, because for now we do see a pretty heavy stack down towards this A side.
An
He's
ace
looking
short
for that
stack as
entry
well.
soon enough.
Ooh, Melody's baiting the retreat and Kazuri is just waiting. Little does he know there's already been a rat crept up underneath him. And the sooner he realizes it, the sooner he is to safety. Of course, has that
He
trademark, so
knows.
could TP out. A
What?
little bit of damage, down to 49 HP, and Wave has taken over the position. Has a sheriff, and that could have been the first shot. Battle of the opens things up towards the B side, deletes Kazuri, and that's the chamber diff coming in. Heller, perfect time on the rotation, but this is cause for them now to head towards the C side. They know where Rose is playing from, an easy tap from Pixels. Heller on the quick rotation, but the reveal gives his play away. Only good for the one though, and Smoker get deleted. Wave with the sheriff mans himself the double. It's all on Deadly, and he's lethal so far. Has the dash. Back him up, has the tag, now a pure 1v1 to set the straight the recon. Deadly is able to dodge it, the Cloudburst gives away the play, 5 bullets is all he has left, but 1 is all he needs. Lethal, like his name suggests. The pistol gets the start and Reckoning play around with the rotations.
Beautiful play coming on down through from Deadly. Perfect isolation of the 1v1s. He knew exactly where the positions were. Swung it out just a tiny little bit. Didn't even go for the wide swing. He went in for the jiggle shot, got that first initial kill on the Wave. Isolated the 1v1 against Melody. Just got a clean tap on the head. That's exactly what you would expect from your duelist player coming in at the last second because of the long rotation that he had to take after gaining that information on a short. Beautiful death. Textbook pistol round, last person standing. That's how it all should be done, but Wave, he wasn't expecting that form of an aggressive push. Gets got out, gets sent back home immediately.
I think he committed his tailwind there for an early Shorty kill, but yeah, Shorty isn't a Melody in his life. Well, what is Melody is though? Was that ding? Deadly almost taken to his grave. Kazuri finishes off the job that Melody started. And in fact, cool. What they do from there on out? Rose is close towards garage, and I think Rose heard the fallback of Bad Love, so a little bit of information for them to play out of. Nobody though in vicinity rotate towards that A side, which is a good thing. A C commitment as they've made up their mind, and Heller is in prime position to spot this. Has the flash as well, so with the guiding light, he could guide his team to victory. The frenzy not gonna give him the trust at that range. That weapon, yeah, it betrays the best trust that you have within you. Regardless, it was only a minor investment from the side of ENF, so they have no losses to recoup on. Now's when they actually start their recovery mission with the buy.
To be able to pan out a little bit better for their side at the bare minimum, but hey, you got the buys, you do have the round in your favor, you just have to recollect yourselves, just find that success that you did when it came down to the pistol round. It's kind of surprising when you consider the first 2 rounds of the game of Valorant just instantly goes away as soon as you snap your finger. None of these rounds are that long, but hey, now that you have the full-on bonus on your side, Reckoning, it's your opportunity to finally be in a better spot. In general, Kazuri, he's playing a dangerous game, but he finds a beautiful shot onto the face of Smoker and to take out the KO this early.
Oh, that slow is gonna heavily hamper their ability. The gun barrel shown, and that's Kazuri on the re-engagement. The recon bolt reveals his position, and understanding that they cannot commit to that plan, they fall back. They know that they have to commit somewhere else, and Heller on his commitment evens out this possibility of an RGE comeback. Melody cannot overcommit into this fight. Now needs to play on the retake, but overcommitment yet again. As they even out the board, Reckoning Esports playing this one perfectly as they find picks left, right, center, and Bad Love yet to commit on the plan. Kazuri still holding the swing from the side. Shock Dart does not deter him from the aggression, and through the smoke he traces his kill. The triple already secured, the backstab discovered. That came close for comfort, but Team ANF able to secure this in the mid-round. A lot of those picks that they gave away could have led to Reckoning winning out this 3 versus 3. The post plan though, you could argue it would have easily swayed the other way.
That is for certain. Kazuri coming in strong right at the very end. He knew exactly what he needed to hit, and his shots were perfectly on point. That man doesn't skip a beat when you let him take the engagement on his own accord. Every single one of the fights, it was on his own turf. No one overswung him, and even if they did swing him, he was holding a perfect off angle to get that first initial kill. There's no way they're going to be able to click onto him unless they hit an inhuman reaction shot.
I love this double setup towards C now, and it looks like that's where RGB are heading, right? They're gonna be able to give Deadly the orb, and on the back of it is Blade Storm. They've fallen back though. No overcommitment! Wave! Beautiful tap! And he's able to make his way back. Oh! I spoke too soon. Rio, trying to overextend his lead, ends up giving away his life. Although it is Reckoning in the man disadvantage, they still have the blades up on Deadly, and we've seen this man wield magic with that. He's wielding this round back in the realms of possibility. Deadly now left in an all-important 1 versus 3. The flash through the smoke doesn't connect, and Deadly finds another tap with his head. Rose close to the smoke. And finally, a little bit of chaos returned to calmness. These thrifty rounds come so close to the wire from time to time. Of course, I say thrifty because they had that blades up, right? They had a semi-investment. But these are rounds which get a little too close for comfort. And when you're on the defense, you really need that economy, especially when a player like Wave is that popping off early. You know, you can give him an operator, see where that goes. It's Haven after all. It's an op Haven.
The op could just be in a good spot, but then again, you do see another to the force coming in from the hands of Bad Love. Bad Love, he knows that he needs to try and differentiate this one as fast as he possibly can. Here comes the tag, here comes the shot, but no, Bad Love! You didn't place your teleporter down before trying to go in for a push like that?
He was a little overzealous. Maybe needed that timing window to work. Melody, he's gonna be able to clear Deadly's position, and Deadly is gonna not give away that position, which is surprising because we're able to sneak back. Luckily, the trade comes in as the rotations are perfect from Reckoning so far. Are they gonna be able to sense out Wave's lurk though? Oh, wow. He's made this window of crushing look like a piece of cake, hasn't he? He's always finding the timing, always finding the head. And right now, this 2 versus 4. It's gonna be hard for Reckoning to claw their way back, but we did see glimpses of this yesterday, right? We counted Reckoning out too early, and in situations like these is when team play and communication is at its very vital. Melody, not gonna be overlooked. Smoker, very intuitive with his play. And they know the position of Wave as well, so they've pieced one piece of the puzzle together. They've popped the overload. No utility now, essentially, for a couple of seconds. They're buying valuable time here, and with time, they can force mistakes. Wave's position discovered. The pop flash as he commits to the peak, forces Wave back, buying time for Rio, and they have a boatload of utility yet to commit. The Blade Storm on, and he whiffs! Wave 5 HP, and he ends up going down. A 1 versus 2, Reckoning Esports relying on Rio for the clutch. Seekers find him in time though, and this was played really well through that aggression from defender rotation. Rose, alongside Heller, were able to secure the frag towards the side without overcommitting too much. Sure, the blades whiffed, it's fine dude, it happens, it's a team game for a reason. Your buddy's got your back and the round is more important.
Just gotta find it at the very end of the day, and that's how you take a win regardless of the situation. That was smart, it was really well done. But then again, that round was a little bit too close for comfort here, OG.
Wave has the operator though.
Yeah. But how much value will this operator get? A very aggressive peak already going on down through Kazuri. He's holding on his own. Ooh, that's a beautiful first tap on the one.
Now they can leave Wave all alone towards the A side, and they can maybe commit the rotation. He takes a shot, he dashes back to safety. Kazuri holding off towards window. Should be smoked. They shouldn't try peek. That was so close to a collateral. My heart nearly skipped a beat. And I think Reckoning sweat down their head as they commit now towards the B side. They know the whereabouts of that slow. So Kazuri with that TP towards side, it's so risky. He puts himself in CQC, and Kazuri with the fallback is back to safety. Very crucial for him to get back here. Pixel's backstabs ends up flat. And yet another 2 versus X situation, and it seems like Reckoning today aren't having the best fortune in their clutch. Nice opening though. They need to close this one out.
Last player standing.
Dirty little tap.
It's as a team, they're just not working well together, and I don't understand this. The aim potential is there. You can see it when it comes down to the shots, but the timing. It's just not in their favor at all. That's gonna be one, but immediately HellRR can take a swing and take this fight. No.
No, that I think the teleport
that
made him
blinks.
second guess himself.
Yeah.
15 seconds left. All he needs to do is not take the fight and play timing. Wave with the operator tuned in from A-Link is more than enough to set this round in the grasp of Team ANF, with them getting a small but somewhat sizable lead in this opening first half. They have the weaponry to snowball this. They surely have the economy. Their ultimates, though, are far from being synced up. The Hunter's Fury will be up pretty soon, and maybe Rose could get her TP back up real quick. But apart from that, I feel like Reckoning Esports need to find this round. They can't let go of so much real estate in this first half, as it's as crucial to them like it is to Team ANF. Ballsy TP, oh my god! Wow! That is, that's a theft in broad daylight if I've ever seen one.
I have never seen anyone actually get away with that, because someone always plays on Heaven, but then again, you get into the minds of your opponents being like, oh, they're gonna smoke Heaven. Oh wait, no, we're not gonna smoke
At least they're gonna cancel that TP, Lemao. They're not gonna be serious with it.
Hey, sometimes the most stupidest plays can work out in the best plays.
Okay. I think they're allowing Wave to play aggressive to maybe farm up his ultimate points. And
Save that
making
operator.
the secondary person save the operator, like you said. Wave's gonna be heading in towards side. I'm not sure if they're gonna expect Rose in a position like this. Nice shot from Rose to take Deadly out of the equation. And Wave, I think, has not been accounted for by Smoke. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Bad love, though, on a flank of his lifetime, and Rose sniffs him out. Bad love thought he got his hands into the cookie jar. Thought he had every piece of that pie, but it gets snatched right away from him.
I think he just found crumbs instead of the cookie itself.
I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles.
You just had to. I walked right into that. God damn it. Okay, it's fine.
I'm not a Cypher player, but I'll take that. No, walking right into my trap.
yeah, I activated your trap card. This makes me want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh again. God damn it, dude.
Well, one thing that I really want to watch is Deadly pop off, dude. I was really impressed by the way his jet was on bind yesterday. Doesn't seem like he's even the same semblance of the Deadly, right? Well, now he's in a deadly position to do something. The Hunter's Fury quickly dodged as he's trying to play around with Happy Feet. Heller position given away, and the aggression goes in tandem. Pixels finds both aggression through Link, and this is just one and done. The utility just jumped onto the A side as raw gunpowder is not enough to shut this fire, and it's gonna burn into a reckoning victory as Melody left to wonder what the hell happened. He committed that defensive Hunter's Fury in the nick of time, but he wasn't able to find the pieces in the nick of time. He wasn't able to buy the space that his team desperately needed in that site. The recon, the paranoia, you name it, it was thrown at them, dude. Ooh, that is what you'd call classic bloodbath.
That was painful to watch. So much utility being thrown in your way. You have Deadly on your right side. You have a Recon Bolt above you and Omen Paranoia straight in your face. And then, to top it all off, a Hunter's Fury. Yeah, they threw everything other than the kitchen sink at that seaside, and they were finally able to break it down. But not only were they able to break down the entire round and site, they were also able to break down the economy, because now they don't have much to work with. But this Marshall can be so deadly for them to work with as well. Wave playing a little bit more of a forward position, expecting to see if he can find an opening pickup here. Not much just yet. He is the only one with a Vandal on his team, so if he plays a little bit too overly aggressive, it could cost them a rifle.
They've given up their conquest towards C-Long. They've rotated in towards mid, and they've not really been as assertive. They're looking to smooth out aggression, and that's not something that they're going to find easily. Reckoning Esports are trying yet again to go to that pick-and-play game style that you've been seeing throughout this entire best of one. Commitment towards Garage to maybe bait out the rotation, but it seems like they're going to fully commit on the back of it. Oh, they find the opening on Rose. That's very important. They nullify the man advantage, and more importantly, they find the opening. Lucky that Wave did not overthink himself. He knew exactly what the play was, and he believed in his gut instinct. The man advantage nullified. The Reckoning Esports need to claw this one on the back of Crossfire and Utility. Deadly is so very low and so down at the tag that a spam from Garage is more than enough, but Smoker, the saving grace of Reckoning Esports, finds a double. Kazuri needs to come up big with the Headhunter and he lines himself up the double as well. What?
Kazuri's just an
Single file.
Kazuri's just built different when it comes on cases like this. He knows exactly how to run it down and he knows exactly how to change the game in a couple of seconds. This man, you just can't stop him now, can you? The Headhunter in his hand swings out, gets a beautiful tap on towards the face of Smoker. Smoker had no way of winning that, but then just sidesteps a bullet of Deadly, who already committed to the spray, and he was on one shot, so Kazuri already knew that just aim for his body and just shoot.
Yeah. For any old school gamers here, it's too easy, Kazuri, hey? Well.
Too easy for Kazuri. That's pretty much what his chat says, but it's easy.
Well, for now, it seems like the stream of good fortune is not going to run away from them anytime quick. Wave, though, suppressed beyond expected. The double spray, Kazuri does not want to stop putting on a show for us, and Melody's got his back. Kazuri's got their number. This does, however, look like a small blunder. It's going back to a 3 versus 2, and suddenly it sways the other way. It's now Reckoning on the upper hand. Heller, Zishin, giving away. All 3 members now gonna come in on the triple face as he can't stand the test of time. Rio, a crucial triple S from nowhere, he finds form and gets the calm amongst the storm. Fight to fight, the equalizers here, and this is what I've been saying, aggressive. Both these teams being so dead even, they're gonna claw at each other for this first half and tear each other apart.
This first half is very much crucial for them to win out as well here. The defensive side will never be this easy just because of the way that the KO is playing. Smoker's being such a menace to them. They couldn't use their abilities for how long? First it was the 0 point, then came the null
Close
command.
to 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was impossible. Wave could have gotten out of that sticky situation if he just didn't have a KO on the opponent team. Because of that KO, they got every single man advantage they possibly could, and then got the revive on the KO as well. So it was an instantaneous 3 versus 2. The fact that they would win was pretty much written in the cards before the round even began.
It's a menace, a Dennis, a homogeneous.
Let that
He's
beat
like
perfectly,
my beer
dude.
for about 4 or 5 minutes as he's continuing to put on that show. Relentless in his pursuit for this game. And now Reckoning Esports with the slow and calm walk along. The commitment is absolute. Pixel's position not given away just yet. Kazuri, is he gonna expect this play? The aggressive smoke has to give it away, and Melody with the aggressive shotgun play is able to shut a lot of this out. Kazuri yet to be put to bed. The Tote Force in his back pocket as he whips out the big gun for the big job. A 2 versus 4, Deadly and Bad Love need to come alive. The Vandal betrays him and the Headhunter can't fulfill the job. Kazuri and Wave shut down the post plant and they take the lead. Team ANF. Brilliant performance in this first half so far, and they're yet to finish it off. Can they take another step ahead? A 7-5 would be beautiful for the... This is just unbelievable, man. I thought it's RGE gonna be in a very advantageous position for the first half at least, but I'm far from right. Team ANF look to be playing so well together, and Kazuri's doing what Kazuri does best, my friend. Genocide.
Just
You want
bragging
to
out of his
play?
mind.
Let's play.
He is pretty much the textbook definition of a chamber. A chamber that can pretty much do anything and everything. Oh, this Hunter's Fury nearly got a couple of tags there. The dance of death here for their side. Ooh, Wave. Perfect timing for it, but he's gonna take the shot. That's gonna hurt him just a little bit there, but it's completely fine. 6 and 5 though, possibility of a 6 and 6 on the cards. Already 1 minute pretty much going on down the drain, and they do not have any real estate to work with whatsoever, and they've given away a lot of information down towards the seat on the sideline. Utility has been used to gain some information there, but that's pretty much it.
Exactly.
Slow down. And Deadly, he's walking in the garage.
The Todefos and the Hunter's Fury are going to be instrumental, especially when they get to the post plan, but that's only post, right? What's the plan now, though? Heller, the commitment might end up costing him. The spam possibility is very realistic. Is he going to out from the smoke
wait.
and just turn on them?
can't
Wave
miss.
is watching the angle, and it's going to be a 1-2 punch. As soon as Wave takes the aggro, might be the time where the commitment from Garage is going to be absolute, and the angle's just being
missed it.
held.
Seconds left.
This is like a cold aim deal, and the Hunter's Fury pulled out to clear towards the back side. They get information now towards C and towards Garage. Kazuri gets taken down. The Todefos works in perfection, and RGE play in tandem. Two-man advantage walking into this post plant.
Spike
And the Todefos still being up denies a lot of trades that are needed for this retake. Wave with the operator now turns to be a liability as he can't push the metal to the pedal. Goes in for the shotty though, and he gets cold deadly.
player standing.
Wave trying his hardest for that one. Shorty in hand, flew up right above his head, went to his back, just tapped him on his shoulder and instantly executed him on the spot. That was just not enough.
Yeah, gotta hit it from the backward clapping. Beautiful stuff, and this is a very dead even half. Neither side, you can say, walked away with an advantage, right?
Yep. It just
With the
it's
Yeah, with this composition, you can't even give any side the leverage. Sure, in theory, maybe it would have been the KO on the attack that could have been a little more instrumental in maybe shutting down things like retake utility, but you can see the same story flip like a light switch.
things could change in a couple of seconds. But then again, now that you're on the second half, you're pretty much on clean slates. It's a 6-6 scoreline. What do you really have to worry about? Absolutely nothing other than a couple of headshots from Deadly. If you're not careful, slowly walking his way up. He's playing a dangerous game. He knows one person is holding window, but he doesn't even care. Bad Love comes in strong and just taps Wave out of existence. But still, it's going to be a chamber for a chamber.
Oh, he gets the dink!
Yeah, that's a jet for a jet.
Yeah, imagine, dude. He's like Melody bought armor. How cringe. But yeah, that's the advantage. And that's why people often go for that sheriff, right? You do not risk that one kill that you do end up getting when you play aggressive. And you can see how it's impacted them. Now it's dead even. It's a 4v4.
It's a 4v4, but the attackers don't really have any real estate to work with, and the defenders are constantly going in for rotations. I do believe that ANF, they're a little bit lost of where they really want to go.
To
But
some
they're
extent,
making their
yeah.
way over towards the seaside. But with only 40 seconds left on the clock, they need to start clearing out as many cyclones as they possibly can. Kazuri's going to be left on that lurk. And Kazuri, you need to gain a lot of information out of this match.
Oh, imagine. Imagine. Long range classic and
30
Pixels
seconds.
finds a way to make it work. Bad Love to work with his teammate. Kazuri can't do much. Paranoia to have him paralyzed. And a very, very nice and textbook pistol coming in from Reckoning.
I don't
That
understand.
aggression
them
was thwarted out very well as well, dude. You have to give it to Team ANF where credit's due. They thwarted out that aggression, but like you said, they were a very, very lost cause when it came to that 40-second mark, right? They didn't really have a game plan.
Another one of the main issues were in that round, you tried to push C long without the garage control being established a lot earlier. It's a little bit questionable on that regard because you're walking up to C long of oh my god!
Down mid.
Poor Melody just had a heart attack. He found the Great Wall of China standing right in front of him.
What's a swift way to start a round? Could be a swift way to end a round as well. Push, paranoia. Dancing to try and stay alive, but not gonna work. Pixels is brutal. 8-6, flawless victory. The crucial part of that, right? A flawless one. They're gonna be able to play pure bonus. And what do you think, dude? With this jet chamber composition, are you one that fancies a double op on a map like Haven? Because I sure as hell do. A lot of long range avenues. Even if your one opera ends up going down defending a site, you'd be at least guaranteed a long range frag. And I think that's what they should say for maybe.
Yeah, at this point, the operator will be white synonymous, but then again, attacker side the operator on the map.
I'm talking about the
Duelist.
defense, my friend.
Oh wait, the defense, yeah, guaranteed. Like Haven and operator, that's a better love story. Like any day of the week.
Dash out, bro! 10
Hey,
HP and he
it's
still had the audacity to stand there. Can you imagine?
I would stand there, but then again, I would die as well. So.
I mean, yeah, that's you.
Hey, that's you as well. Don't lie to me.
Okay, I'd give you that. But
Okay.
you know what? I wouldn't give them though.
Oh, this is perfect. They invested
I
a
wouldn't give
smoke
them
for
this
this.
backstab. Imagine they're letting the B side go. They're like, you want to take it? We're gonna take it.
Oh my god, wave!
Oh my
Break
god!
and flick. Call an ambulance for this man.
No, you need a school bus because he just got school and he's all the way back home now. Bad luck. Crucial frag, clearing the back lines. Wave though needs to find some success toward the front. The flash is down perfect, and Smoker ends up being the martyr. But you could see the idea that they were like, take the B side. You know what? Go for it, bro. It's yours. And they made the rotation all the way through C long. Attacker spawn down towards garage window entrance and you could say that a lot of this is situational for sure, and in rounds like these where you do have inferior weaponry, you always do hope that the situation favors you. I think that's the way you make the deficit up.
It was just a perfect textbook heavy round. No shots missed. Everything done down to perfection.
It going
Honestly,
part to the plan.
yeah. It's just surprising the way that it all pans out as well, doesn't it, OG? Because they invested a smoke to block off the trap, and I'm pretty sure that they were giving call-outs being like, hey, there's a trap here on the C lobby area. How do you want to take this? Throws a smoke and they both just walk up. Wave hits the nuttiest shot of his life, just as he said. Pretty much call it a school bus for that guy. But
El
then,
plan.
then Bad Love just comes in and is able to close everything out, because you would never expect a double flank to come in, especially from the defenders. No one pushes on a double flank. Someone needs to hold the site, correct? That wasn't how it all panned out. It was a beautiful round execution from the side of Reckoning. But then again, the magic number is on your score. And here, anything could happen.
You better hope, dude. If you're a Team ANF fan, you better hope, right? Because they've been performing really, really well on the defense. So it'd be a shame for them not to translate a good start to a good finish. Of course, it's just inferior weaponry right now, so it's damage that Team ANF are just looking to inflict. Oh god. Deadly. He's playing a deadly game as usual. Fire tap, dashes away. A drone to aid him on the re-aggression. I think the drone even spots out the lump bot, which is oh wait, it doesn't. There's the lump bot retort. Smoker finds the kill on a Kazuri, and Wave's been making a lot of ground towards garage. Oh no! The frenzy betrays him! Lost possible. That's why I hate this gun, dude.
The frenzy is one of those things. I think he just stopped shooting. Just look at him. He actually just stopped shooting. He's like,
He
oh,
reloaded
he's
the
dead.
wrong time?
Oh, he's like,
Did he?
oh, he's dead. Never mind. It's gonna be completely fine. And
Okay.
then he's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a second.
Yeah, that was questionable at the very best. Maybe his communication button is T and his reload buttons are who. You never know. You never know. Nonetheless, one thing you do know is Reckoning are in double digits, and that's very close to a W. Melody tagging down Pixels, and again, that's the Omen, right? So he can TP out back to safety. It's Bad Love, that's a danger man here, and he's delivered. Bad Love through the smoke, and he finds form yet again. It's all left on a Melody. The double, sure, but what else do you have in the bag? The tag. It's deadly. And all pun intended. A 1 versus 3 for a very crucial round that ANF so desperately need. Is Melody gonna be strong enough to claw this back from an L? Jumping back, but traced. Deadly finds the re-aggression, and that's 11-6. A full bite thwarted so easily. It's like if you had your plan written on paper, Reckoning just pour water all over it because it becomes so much more easier to tear apart.
Have to know when these type of scenarios happen, but I'm trying to think of a situation. I'm trying to think of a strategy that I could give the members of ANF, but I don't see anything. It feels as though ANF are just not playing the game together. I see a lot of individual frags coming in. Like, they're playing incredible individually. But at the same time, again, it's Team Reckoning being able to win everything out because of their team play and coordination. The trades are beautiful, the utility usage is on point, and they know how to play around one another, but I'm not seeing any of that happen from the members of ANF. And now we can see even more problems entering with the operator. He dashed and he still got that shot, but Wave's still gonna be able to find that kill. Looking for more. Wave! Oh my god, he just gave a kiss on the cheek to Smoka. One other kill could just be coming around the corner, but instead it's gonna be validated. Deadly on the sidelines.
1v3, I sense it.
And Deadly. He's
Has to
looking
play
to see
it.
if he can
Spike planted.
Whip it out, bro.
even get it out here.
Whip it
I don't
out.
think he's gonna use that Blaze Storm just yet. Spots out the shoulder possibly, but
No,
no,
he didn't.
Melody's gonna be able to get into a forward position. Even if they find one kill, Deadly's already given away his position, dashes it in towards the side, holds down the smoke as far as long as he possibly can, but Kazuri already has his phone number, calls him up, here's a ringtone and ring a ding ding. Your head's gonna go clean off your shoulders. 7 and 11, ladies and gentlemen. And now, I think that Team ANF, they finally found their foothold on the map of Haven. But for how long?
Yeah,
That's a good
exactly.
question.
It's one round aggressive. One round that they found. And that's due to the fact that their recon wasn't disrupted. At least in the round prior when they had the guns, their recon was heavily disrupted, and Deadly kept his, Bad Love kept his position secret, so he's able to make more magic happen. Wasn't the same case this time around. Smoker, I think he just got an eye as to what lay ahead. Fell back. Bad Love. Not the fight that he had the advantage walking into. Deadly on his timely rotation. Could he make the difference? Doesn't seem likely. The repeat's gonna come from.
Whoa! Calm it down, boy. Calm it down. What?
Killed their omen.
Now do you get where he got this name from?
I've got your trail.
My God.
Kazuri's lure could be instrumental, and Smoker's position still kept a little concealed. Yeah, the Seekers gave the play away. No one walks away, and that's you, my friend. Call an ambulance, but yeah, it's for you. Kazuri, guarding the dead body, and he's gonna be disposing of it fast. He knows that utility is gonna be key, cannot allow the overpower to suppress them any longer. Rio from heaven, and could get Hellar as he commits to
Remaining.
the Tailblazer. Kazuri takes down Rio. Yeah.
Yeah,
Deadly might as well save the Zop. Oh shit.
He doesn't care. He's gonna go in, boys. He's gonna go in. Never mind. If he
Okay.
just got one kill, that would have been incredible. But at the same time, LRR pretty much flashed his own teammate. That was a recipe for disaster if Kazuri got flashed as well. But hey, at the end of the day, they were able to survive.
But look at the
They
money
were
though.
free operate.
Look at
Yeah,
the
they have
money
more
though
than
on
enough.
Reckoning. That commitment from Deadly, I think, costs his team a little more than he expected. Pixels doesn't have a lot of armor. Let's have a look at Smoker, because I'm pretty sure Smoker's a... Nah, Smoker has full utility, so... I don't know, man. I feel like if we at least save that operator and the Blade Storm for a day later, it could be a mad cluster we get to see. Or maybe that operator paying its dividends twofold by getting early picks in a round like this, where it's another split towards C, which has been, I think, the go-to strategy for Team ANF. They spot the rotation out as well. 3 players committed to the C side. The recon aptly destroyed by Reckoning as they commit to the weak position. Smoker, he's back to taking control towards Garage. 3 members lay ahead of him, and it's important that he does not end up going down. Takes that frag, falls back, textbook stuff. No punish from Team ANF, and these are the frags that let games like this go away.
Getting this one out almost immediately here. Otherwise, it's literally slipping through their fingers if they're not careful. One kill, especially onto a player like Kazuri, can open up your flanks instantaneously. The fact that they have lost that one player, that allows the defenders to play in aggressive, but I like this from Reckoning. They understand that, hey, we should be playing a lot more aggressive now, shouldn't we? Because we have already gotten a kill onto their Sentinel player. But instead, let's play it defensive, let's play it slow, let's play with the team and play for the retakes instead because we have the man advantage. And
Smoke
because
has a
of that,
flash.
30 seconds
Smoke
left.
up.
Oh, is he gonna go for it? Nah, he falls back. The commitment to would see though is still gonna happen. The three members still here on the defense. Yuri, Rio, that could be scary for him to pull out this reveal. The opening picks there and they
No!
found the trades. This could be Bad Love's turn for redemption as he gets a double. Timing is all he needed and time is of the essence as well. Bad Love another tap as he's taken the round by a storm. Map and match point as Reckoning Esports get it delivered in a silver platter, and Bad Love has his bloody fingers all over it.
It's just Bad Love doing Bad Love things, man.
Match point.
He is just a player that will come on down through on these clutch situations every single time. If he is anchoring down on a site, you know for a fact he's going to be able to pick up those pieces. Doesn't matter where he goes to. And how would you even expect this? You just can't, right? Reckoning, they had 3 players stacked on towards that C site. You already got the 2 players, one playing from platform and one playing from the Radiant crate, the default box. You're not gonna clear out logs in that situation. You wouldn't expect that third player to be there. And Bad Love just used it to perfection to get those 2 kills, immediately teleport out, and then re-engage with the rendezvous.
A double sniper setup to maybe take this one home, and Deadly yet to give away position. He's given a very, very strong fight though, and the commitment from Wave. Oh, he didn't see that one coming whatsoever. Rio still with the position held. He tries to dodge the flash and he's back into perfection. Oh, Deadly doesn't want to give them any breathing room. 8 HP and Melody is sent back. And okay, it happens. Nice classic right click to send him back home. 13-8. I love the sweat that we just got to see. Although you've got to agree with me, Team ANF really needed more on that attack there. They fell flat right after the side switched.
I really do believe that the coordination and team play when it comes down to the side of the attack is very necessary, and I didn't really witness any of that from the side of ANF. On the defensive side, normally you can get away with a lot of the incredible plays that they did go through as we head on down over towards the match highlight, primarily because on the defense, your individual prowess comes through a lot more in comparison to the side of the attack. On attack, you can't get away with as much. If someone doesn't trade you, if you don't have another player present for your trade, you're just going to lose. But on defense, it's really hard to trade a person. You can't always guarantee a trade because the peak comes in and you just somehow just die trying to take a shot.
Yeah.
And ANF, they just fell prey to that. I didn't see any form of team play and coordination coming on down through for them. They were taking their own fights one by one, and this all fell apart because of it.
In all honesty, with the way the first half went, you have to point the fact that a lot of what Team ANF were able to do in the first half were due to a couple of big misplays from the side of Reckoning, which we don't see often. And there could be multiple reasons why that happens. You know, sometimes it's the nerves, sometimes it's maybe the mind game that's happening on the server, sometimes it's very situational, where you know some players have their days, some players don't, right? You need to see a team like Team ANF, especially on their attack, have more viable strategies to adapt in their mid game. I felt like, especially in their mid game, was when ANF were at their weakest, and it allowed Team Reckoning to very, very easily get aggressive when they were on the defense for that initial few seconds and find maybe that opening. Yeah. I think that with the results, it doesn't really speak to the performance that Team ANF had. Very, very, very strong individual players is what their roster is comprised of. Now you just need to see that synergy click a little, and the way it clicks is with having these L's and playing in these tournaments, right? With getting the kind of experience that you do playing against a team like Reckoning is when you'd be able to find chinks in your own armor and then improvise, adapt, and then overcome again. That's the cycle that these players are looking at, and they've pretty much at least guaranteed that caliber-wise, these boys have it. For sure.
It's absolutely incredible the way that these two teams have been playing. But then again, at the end of the day, Reckoning, just through their sheer experience as a team, it was already done perfectly. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was a really banger of a match. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break. But before we do go, we have a little bit of a shout out for you because we got an incredible deal down in the description below. If you want to get $9.99 off on the latest LG Ultragear monitor, 144 hertz, by the way, the LG 24G and 600, use the code UG999 at the link in the description below to get that small little bit of a discount so that you can step up your game for qualifier 2. And if you want to compete and if you want to face off against these incredible teams, make sure your peripherals are up to par. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into short break, and we'll be right back with the Esports Club Challenger Series powered by ZOTAC Gaming. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultra presents the Esports Challenger Series powered by ZOTAC Gaming. And pretty much after, I would say, not a one-sided affair because it was a lot more closer than what we would have expected. ANF nearly pulled off an incredible win when it came down to their own defensive half, but as soon as they went on to the attack, they just fell apart. Reckoning ran away with the victory. And
Yeah.
now as we head on down over towards the second game of the day, will it be another situation similar to that, or are we going to be watching Team Cullies be able to keep their undefeated record going and push themselves forward over towards the round of 8?
I feel like this is when Team Cullies actually come to the test, you know? I feel like with today's matchup, Team Cullies are gonna have a little more of a hard time compared to what they had yesterday. And it's on them now. They need to prove that yesterday's results were gonna be, you know, not of any surprise appearance, if you know what I mean. So you just gotta hope that Team Cullies are able to come out of this with a banger. And a couple of instances in our first matchup, I had a little bit of doubt whether there could be a comeback or not. So with the way Reckoning shut that second half down, that's kind of what I want Team Cullies to do at this point. They need to be that assertive and prove their dominance.
Team Cullies need to rise up to the challenge and be able to just take it down a couple notches there. But then again, their opposition is Prime 5. Now, Prime 5 as a team, we already know them. This is the old team from Salt Esports, which was originally org in Pakistan. Now that they're here, will they be able to rise up? Because from what I remember personally, the roster itself had a lot of mixed results. Sometimes they were performing really well, sometimes they were performing really badly. They were just not able to take it up to that next level. And now that they don't have Nor, they don't really have a lot to lose in terms of that. They're playing to get their team's energy up on par and possibly catch the eyes of another organization looking to sign them. And if they're able to take down Team Cullies, I really do believe they could be going to that next big step.
Yeah, they could. Breach on Haven. Alright. We did see the KO, we did see the Sky, so it seems like we're gonna go full circle, aren't we? Also, pick up on the Astra from Satan. So, a lot of interesting stuff that we're gonna get to witness this game, and I'm pretty sure that Venka ain't gonna go for that neon. You can take
Yeah,
all you
the
want from me, but
debates.
not the prediction, my friend.
Yeah, the debates are as usual from Venga. Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
willing to pick up the jet pretty much instantaneously. Trick though could just be the make it or break it for them in the long run for this matchup, but take it slow, take it steady, see how it all pans out for you. For now though, at least the composition, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the side of Prime 5, primarily because I like the Breach over the Sky any day of the week now because of how lackluster it feels to play the Sky in this current meta. Because if your team can communicate very well with the Breach, why do you really want that Sky anymore? Sky just isn't self-proficient as a Breach. Before the Sky nerfs, when Sky could pop flash herself around the corner, Sky was a lot more stronger as a character. But
Yeah.
now it just all falls apart, and a lot of teams they're playing on the old meta. And not gonna lie, this is literal nostalgia for me. Astra, Sova, Sky, minus the chamber. There's a jet. This
Yeah.
is just nostalgia. We haven't seen this composition in how long? I think it's been what, 3 months,
Maybe.
three or four months.
One thing that the chamber actually does is it removes the need of any other duelist in this map,
True.
right? Allows you to play with the verticality, allows you to play with the angles, and let's head right into the game because that's where the actual meat's at. So, like I was saying, so with the introduction of the chamber, you really don't need another duelist here. One thing though about the breach that I feel like should be slightly tweaked is the pricing of the utility. I feel like everything else about the character is bang on perfect, but I feel like if the utility just was a teeny bit little cheaper so that maybe you can afford one set of each alongside the armor on pistol, that would make it very more competent and much more of a enticing pickup. Nonetheless, let's see if they can pick up the pace towards the seaside. That's what we're all aiming after, as Venka is soon going to leave the chart. The Cloudburst and the dash immediate to the commitment, and Hats pretty smart with the way he took that fight. A quick TP away from Jinx, leave his teammate all alone on the recommitment. The flash though doesn't aid the peak, and Cheems with the shock dart does a decent bit of damage, but he seriously needs some terms of backup. The shock dart doesn't end up doing enough. Crick's only able to find one amidst the crowd. Look at the HP on these players. If they would have just played guns out and no utility, it could have been a different case. But again, that's the tale of Valorant, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. A nice pistol secured on the back of a very quick C hit. And with Venka being removed so early, I had my own doubts, but they were able to secure it. And the TP away, I understand why Jivix had to do it, but I feel like that was way too far away for him to be relevant in the close fight that was thereafter. Another C commitment, and they know that this time with them being on the inferior buy utility is not going to be that much of a concern. It's only close angle and inferior weaponry that they need to deal with, and they're doing it in an apt way. Clean, clear, and a 5v5 post plant with the utility and the gunpowder being on the side of Team Cullies, you'd give them the significant edge walking into this one.
They're just gonna wait and see how this all pans out for them, though. Seaside's been completely taken over and nothing to really worry about here just now, but Stranger, he has the aftershock in his hand, and he's gonna try and throw it on out. The line is gonna be there, but then again, Techno, a couple of whiff shots, that's gonna cost you a little bit here, but Venka's gonna be there to put that clean up, finds that final kill, gets one step closer towards that Blade Storm with his buddy Satan on his side. That Astral Wall, and of course, the Blade Storm will be crucial for the rounds to come. The faster you get that Blade Storm online, the better you're going to be able to play for those eco rounds when it does come on down through. You don't want to take any form of a risk on those proper rounds. Otherwise, things could just get a little bit more problematic.
Yeah, we did see a couple of clutch plays yesterday with that Astral Wall, right? Let's see more of it coming. Kind of miss Astra, dude. Not gonna lie. I don't miss the rest of a utility, only the wall. The wall used to make for such nice moments, especially when it comes down to the wire. It comes very clutch. However, it seems like Team Cullies have withdrawn their conquest towards C and now look to change the tail. Stranger doesn't hear the updraft though, and that cost him his life. A free upgrade now for Venka as he's on the Vandal, and he's just one kill away from yet another tailwind, so he'll be tainted to play a little aggressive. Look at this, all the way on the other side, Techno is still lurking. Simple is lurking towards Grudge. This is just backstab upon backstab upon backstab. Now I highly doubt they're gonna expect Techno on the back lines, who gets the brilliant frag on a hat, buying time. Saw able to translate this into somewhat of a doable cast. Cast the bird, tries to go in for the turret. Not gonna be the case though. A triple from Cheems as he secures this round in a very crucial way. That got very messy. Timing, if gone the other way, this round would have been a very different story. Aggressive.
Yeah, this was a little bit too close for comfort. The way that the peaks were being made, maybe they could have gotten a lot more, but then again, I would honestly say this was a perfect bonus round for them. They got the spike plant down. They even had the proper utility usage being done onto that, and they got, what, 3 kills, shut down 3 guns. So at the end of the day, I would say it's not the biggest loss, because now you have the proper buys. You force your opposition to invest into this round as well, so they're not going to have any more money when it comes down to the following round if you're able to take them down here. That's what you're really hoping to do on the long run. Small victories here and there will be the thing that gives you that edge. But as they're waiting to see a couple of the enemies go overly aggressive, no expectations just yet. But this one recon bolt nearly put a damper on their plans.
Stranger is trying to play this one very safe, very secure. Doesn't want to give away that first fight towards B, and in the process of doing so, they've completely relegated the responsibility of the A-side defense towards Jivix. The double peek. Oh, the drone. F. F?
Yep. Jivix.
Are we gonna see it? Nah. He TPs. Very nice, very safe call. Allows the rotations to do a decent bit of the heavy lifting that he was supposed to do alone. Dodges the flash, but the Seekers are still after him. GeForce though able to take magic through short. The triple! He holds the line, cannot switch to the deagle in time. Trick though with the double of his own. Individual prowess propels Prime to a very, very big pickup here. That was brilliance that we got to see from GeForce. Look at this. Whew.
It's just perfect. GeForce played that down to perfection. No one even expected him on short, but then again, you question what was the plan going through Team Cullies' head in that round in particular. You pushed A main, and no one looked at short?
All the comms, you know, if I'm not wrong, one guy did die at short, and that's where the entire sequence did start off from. So it's either that or the comms, one of the two, my friend. But either is not a good sign for this matchup. A best of one, you really can't afford to risk such stuff. The equalizer's out, although it being very early could be a little substantial, because looking at the money, Team Cullies need to maybe give this round away. And Trick's investment into the operator. Imagine if things go haywire and this operator gets out of the hands of Salt. I mean, ex-Salt, now Prime.
Prime 5 are in a good spot. But then again, here comes the peek and Trick. He's looking for the shot, but immediately he's not going to be able to get a Techno though. Does get another ultimate point for himself, and the two the forces online. Operator versus operator, which is going to be better. And Trick went through the smoke.
No, yeah, I think he up-dropped it on top of the box. That gave him a nice angle. Although the Blade Storm is out, the force is out. Key ultimates. Team Cullies claw their way back into a round like this. On the back of Simple's drone, Vanguard could find the space to get aggressive and maybe find the early frag on the teams. And GeForce is in a position where he's going to snap out of a tricky situation. How do they play this one here? Is there a recon setup? Yeah, sure there is, but the fault line facilitating that peak is only able to net one. The Blade's still up and running as Vanka pushes forward, not able to translate into teams, and this retake is gonna happen before the bomb even gets planted. They're able to find these crucial frags, and they're not giving any openings to the side of Team Cullies, and that's the crucial part, right? In rounds like these where ultimates like the Blade Storm, like the Tote Force are expelled, denying such openings will make sure that you take this round out clinically. You don't need to rely on the gunfights. Let the utility do all the heavy lifting, because with the means of utility, you don't put yourself at immediate risk.
Now though, on this 3-2 scoreline, finally the buys are in the hands of the attackers once again. Prime 5, the way that they're playing, Team Cullies, their backs are against the wall pretty hard in this round in particular, but no, the dash does not go on down through, and that's going to be a painful one for sure. No more tailwind for the site entry, and you need to go and dry. Trick though, holding around from that corner, a couple of shots could just be taken. Trick, he's playing with fire, he doesn't even care. Balls on this man to just hold this corner down.
And that's just put this push to a standstill. The re-aggression works perfectly. Prime getting exactly what they wanted from that crane and extracting it to the absolute optimum. Not losing a single member. And forcing Team Cullies to reapproach this round with maybe a different strategy. Looks like the plan is set in stone. This operator gives me bad vibes, and I think that maybe the similar. Nah, the recon commitment's gonna be everything. How did they face off against this? The pre-fire, and it baits out the shot from Hacks, forces him on a passive stance. Team's recon denies any kind of aggression so far, and it's bottom time for the rotation. Trick could pull out the blades if things get uncomfortable, and he dashes back from an uncomfortable position. Little does he know he's put to bed from short. Team's position been very given away, and it leaves us a 1 versus 2 for Stranger. The flash denies the trade. Very crucial. 10 seconds, all that's left on the board, and now it's all gonna be timing. A little bit of room for him to plan, and Stranger could go for the peak. This potential is very real. 1 HP. A tap is what he requires to get a legendary clutch. This could be the day He dies for you, stranger. Still holding the cross. He knows exactly what's up. Second doubting himself.
No.
One bullet. He
I
wasn't
knew it.
ready. Feeling like
Simple
there's
just gets-
nothing left to lose, and he finds the clutch like an absolute champion.
That was perfect, dude. Isolation of the 1v1s, the stars aligning for Simple there. How do you
Simply-
survive with 1 HP? Simple clutch for the Simple man here. But a 3-3 scoreline, it's just on another level. You can't get these type of clutches every single day, but when the Valorant gods give you this opportunity, there is nothing that will take it away from you. 1 HP and a dream, and he's living that dream, and we are the ones that are spectating from the background.
The nosebleed seat, eh? What a perfect setting. Well, what's gonna end up being a nosebleed is that Venka just goes so fast that he can't hold himself back. He's very ambitious for this peak. He's waiting for the drone's perfect timing. Oh, chisels. Okay.
I would have immediately dashed it. I wouldn't have cared.
He finds that frag hat, knew he had to take that peek there, and so did Venka. The fault line not in the nick of time, cannot deter him from the peak, and now the man equalizer forces Chance on the back foot. 4v4. A lot of early action, but it's ended with only one man dying on either side. The Hunter's Fury buying a little more time, and Son put to bed on the reposition. The Hunter's Fury working perfectly to add on to the misery. So it seems like everybody wants to be Cullies' enemy. Jivix coming in from the backlines. We've seen him do brilliance before, and it seems like he's setting it up yet again. Simple puts him to bed. A double spray from Stranger. No, it's actually Trick helping him from the back line as he pulls up a trick from his pack. As it seems like the rabbit is jumping on top of the box, and they pull out yet another round. The retakes from Prime have been flawless.
There's seemingly nothing to stop them here as well. It's incredible the way that they're playing all of this. One by one, they're taking the shots, and one by one, they're dropping like flies. And Cullies, the performance that they had yesterday against Team T69 is just not as present as you would have hoped for. It feels as though Team Salt could just be their kryptonite here. But then again, a little bit too early to say. It's
Exactly.
still a 4-3 scoreline, and we
Yeah.
have seen the defensive side be a lot more potent for some reason when it comes down to the map of Haven, even though this map is known to be the most attacker-sided map in the entire map pool.
Yeah, more importantly, even in yesterday's matchup, for the case of Team Cullies, it was the second half that was the all more crucial. So they need to make sure that they maintain this momentum and not let the gas empty when it comes so close to the finish line. Venka hears the rotation, and I think that's just the bait for Jivix to watch towards window push. Satan's putting himself all the way in towards the seaside. He has a frenzy. Decent viable weapon at the range. That's a decent amount of damage on a hats. The flash doesn't blind him though, and allows him to go into that peak with all the advantage he needed. Look at Techno. It's possible for them to retrieve the spike and also commit to the plant because there's nobody towards long or short to disrupt this kind of a rotation. They need to play this one on post plant, so the plant is what Team Cullies wanted in this round, and it seems like that's something they're gonna get. Of course, natural human tendencies lead you to ask more from where good things come from, so they're gonna fight for it.
Planted.
A heavy fight, a hard fight for them to take though.
Taking it slow and steady, the site has been taken over. But then again, oh, wait, what?
They didn't check this. Ah, no.
Trick. He always has that Spidey sense signaling in the background. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna peek this corner, immediately get the first initial tap. And if a player is playing from that type of a default angle, someone has to be playing on my right side, correct? The guy just swings out with an operator and clears the angle with an op.
Well, Trick knows when to pull out the brick.
A tricky brick right there. Trick shot.
Happy feet. That's what I want to see now. I want to see a very, very quick play. I think we are gonna get one from Venka. He's that kind of a player, right? It's not worked out towards the mid round most of the time for the side of Team Cullies, but I don't think that we're gonna see him hit the brakes at any moment.
Right there.
Like grouping up towards C long yet again. And this rush, okay, this is something that GeForce has been loving to do for the entirety of the first half, and that's a trend that's not going to change. This T push, though, has been the favorite side for the side of Team Cullies. Continues to be that trend. Wait, why are they falling back? They don't see anybody towards the side, and I think they anticipate the fallback alongside the rotation. Look at this bait! They're going towards the A side.
Over rotations, over
This is
rotations.
called being calculatedly aggressive, which is not what you are in your ranked games.
Personal attacks are not really required in this, but at the same time, Stranger, he's not giving any form of personal space to the side of the attackers. But my God, Techno coming in strong from the background. He's gonna be able to find out a double kill for himself, but immediately GeForce and Kims, the answer back with their own like shot from the backstab. He's looking for more. Spots out one more, but from the sideline, John, it's all up to him. 46 HP and a dream, and GeForce with 10. He pulls out the headhunter for this play, and he knows for a fact one body shot, and he's gone. Sent down to the ditch and sent back to the depths of hell as GeForce takes the round for himself. 6-3, ladies and gentlemen, and my oh my, it feels as though Prime 5. They have this entire map under their back, even though this entire round was a perfect bait and switch tactic being pulled from the members of Team Cullies. The retake, it's just beautiful. Every single time we see a retake from these 5 players, they're primed and ready for it.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder was so much space and chaos created. The fact that GeForce was able to get on that kind of a position is also back on the commitment that Trick had, right? The overwhelming commitment with the blade made sure that they have something that they overlooked. Sadly, that was GeForce. Stranger trying to go for that wall bang, not going to be successful at it. This closed wall favors a plant and maybe the post plant thereafter. They're not able to break that alarm bot though. Okay, are they going to be able to recommit? Venka has the high ground here, and they're looking forward to this.
GeForce.
They just fell back. They know that this is not going to work. A recommitment towards A. They just want to beat Team Prime 5 for the punch, and I think that's something that Team Prime 5 are more than ready to give away, right? The retake has been beautiful. No, GeForce, he's pushed the line. He's done brilliance before. He's not able to do it on the second time of asking. Man disadvantage. Stranger, is he going to push? Deterred by it. Plant goes on through. Techno is able to find yet another. And a small whiff costing them this round. Finally, Prime 5 put to a halt as the retake has one of the first time that we've seen it fall flat.
Yeah, the retake situation was just not really present. GeForce, he went in a little bit too early, or even if he did go in early, he had information that 4 players were pushing in from the side of A short. He could have swung from the left-hand side of the box and then gotten that shot off to deny the plan and play around that, but then again, at the heat of the moment, you're not going to be able to go through all of these calculations. Us as analysts, we can sit here and we can judge whatever we want, but in the heat, and when the players are on the server, there's a lot more different factors coming in. Comms being flooded, people starting to shout, scream. Emotions are going to be high, but at the same time, GeForce, his emotions are getting toyed with here. He adds it to the force, and they know for a fact that he has a sniper rifle in his hand, and then he needs to give up this angle. But the fact that he already did give it up will be more than enough information towards the side of the attackers, sorry, that we cannot head down over towards the C side. We need to change our tactics. And GeForce, he does find that first. He's gonna be able to find a second. This chamber is just playing mind games here, right?
This chamber is putting them in a box, and that's a chamber you wouldn't want to be in. 6-4. Now look in the B7. Venka finally puts a stop to the aggression and simply is able to finally remove GeForce. Magic temporarily on hold as Trick almost had Satan. If only he knew that the Astral form. Astral was right around the corner. 2 versus 3. This is still very much possibility for Team Cullies though. How do they play this one? Prime 5. The operator is certainly not going to help them in their ambitions of retake, and Venka, I think it was feasible for him to pull out the blades in a situation like that. Leaves it all in the loving hands of Satan. Sadly, he's not a demon capable enough to claw this one back from him. Right now, it's a heavenly TV side that Prime 5 are playing. Their retake looks beautiful. Their holes look very strong.
Last
Their
round
mid round
in the
looks
half.
very, very well thought of. 4 rounds. There needs to be a fifth aggressive. There needs to be a little more light at the end of this first half tunnel that Team Cullies have dug themselves in.
I don't know if they can even get out of this one. Considering the buys that they do have, Techno's on a Bucky. Well, he has the 2 the Force ready, but still. It's just gonna be a problematic scenario in general of how they really want to play this one. Hats though, he did have an operator in his hand. This operator is the only thing that's holding from the other side, but Jivix. Perfect angle for this man. He can just easily wait it out. Come on, one more player. He's gonna need to.
God, that's even worse. And the plant.
You didn't expect it?
Yeah, there's some more time being bought though. That's crucial. This man advantage sure goes the way of Team Cullies, but they need to hold it, and there they are. Techno with the Tote Force crucially getting that frag, denies any more aggression through window, at least temporarily. Forces the chokehold through defender spawn rotation, and oh, he not only ate a shock dart but also a bullet. Now that's a full meal that I'm waiting to have for dinner.
Player standing.
But I think that I'm losing my appetite after seeing shots like this. An absolute massacre down towards the seaside. Here comes the up trap. Here comes the plays. And here comes good. Venga. Send him back home, buddy. Yeah, at least he sent a message for the second half.
Not the knife that you expect 2 Jets to deal with. I'll tell you that.
Hey. Jet has 7 knives. Always
I
7
mean,
knives.
that's like being a lethal cat, right? A cat has 7 lives, a Jet has 7 knives. Okay, now that kind of small animal Planet commentary apart, 7-5, still a decent half for Team Cullies, right? We've seen how the pistol in these kind of games are very instrumental, and I think that they're gonna sense the same as well.
Ready.
Now though, on the 7-5 scoreline, not really the cleanest of slates, I would say, but still a scoreline that you can work with at the bare minimum. Recon bot comes in, good amount of information being given away for both teams here, but Trick, you gotta give that one up, buddy. You already spotted out 3 players, and this is the call that, okay, boys, time to pack our bags and head on down over towards the seaside, because this time around, there is no way we're gonna get out of this alive. Techno, he needs a headshot. Oh, beautiful. One more. Not gonna happen. Not today.
Sonzo playing close to the smoke, needs to find a little success quick because he's being spammed down to Oblivion, and Vanka not able to find that tap. Down to 5 HP, but similar problems on the side of Prime 5. The shock dart could be lethal. And it does take hats out. Shock therapy is what's gonna put Prime 5 in a position to take no for an answer. And Jevix not gonna take it just yet. 1v2, simple. Is he simply good enough for this? Creeping onto the left side.
Jevix! What was that shot? I need a replay of that one if we can. Wait a minute. Jivix is an absolute demon. What is up with the chamber players in this series, man? Like, look at that. First initial tap, absolutely gorgeous, and then this one. What? Look at that micro adjust.
What's the context of this, though? Feel really, really questionable now for Team Cullies. They have to let go of a lot due to this L. And a semi-reinvestment, I'd say. Slight one. The push. This has to be what gives Team Cullies their fighting chance this round. Prime 5 have been very clinical so far, and I doubt that, you know, an opportunity like that is going to be given away from their hands. Tricky. Position he is. Yeah, could be living up to his claim. Like, Kangaroo peeking around the corner.
Player standing.
And yeah, like I said, Prime 5, with them being so clinical so far, it's a very, very nice side of relief to see them do the same on the attack. But sometimes it's a little more harder because you're more susceptible to rat plays in this half. So Very good on them, very clinical stuff as they're very close to hitting double digits. Dominance is what they're now looking to impose.
9 and 5. And they're slowly building it up even more over time. But then again, this is a bonus round, and the bonus rounds play a crucial part on the map of Haven in a lot of different fronts. If you get this bonus, then you can completely shut down your opposition and guarantee yourself that 11 and 5 scoreline. And when you have that 11 and 5, doesn't matter if you have buys or not, the amount of pressure that you get mounted on top of can shut down any team, even if they have a plethora of experience under their belt. And Team Cullies
Manages to
They
fall
just
back
walk
as
off.
well. They both revealed though. This is big stuff. The aggro being caught, they didn't expect Techno whatsoever. They get the double entry towards the side nonetheless. It's all gonna be on Techno finding success, and he finds the spike. Oh no! Big problems. Stranger finally puts an end to him. It's still though a very hard task for Stranger to pull off. He's come close on some of these occasions. Team puts
I don't
a
think he's
step
an expert, but-
ahead.
Nope, he doesn't. Not gonna happen anytime soon, buddy.
I love the way they clawed this back. They're in position to now capitalize on a little bit of momentum, which is exactly what they need.
How did Techno get away with that? He just got free 2 kills.
Some questions are better left unanswered, I think.
What do you mean right there?
Because in your quest for finding an answer, you lose sanity, and it could have been
Someone's life.
a loss of sentience, yeah. If Venka stayed there for any longer. A triple push towards short. Now this has juicy written all over it. James. Oh god! Oh! A spectrum of possibilities! And he finds it in vibrant colors. Right now, if you are a Team Cullies supporter, all you see is red. Because that's an artwork made with blood. And I think for any dud, this would be a save. You do not want to give away what little you have to fight with. Make use of it the next round. Do some damage. Because right now, a lot of mental damage done to the mental of Cullies.
Trap destroyed.
That kind of play only happens in pugs, man. If this happens in a game, a very crucial round that you lost, imagine double digits on the side of Prime 5. 3 rounds away from winning this best one aggressive. You can't give rounds and plays like this at this stage of the game.
Consider the money as well here, OG.
One
You can see this is nearly impossible. Last player remaining. He was blinded. He was blinded.
Nah, the UI bug. I was like, why is he doing a Rangoli all around him, you know?
Rangoli.
Anyway.
God damn it, dude. Those random comments sometimes gets me so hard. You better
It's
not
like
do
the
this
ra-
during
it's like the random
rank games that
gameplay,
we
dude.
play.
I'm not gonna lie, the random comments is like the random gameplay, right? You really can't see these curveballs coming. How can you expect a triple spray down when you're trying to peek a guy with a phantom? Okay, understandably so, the first guy might not have expected that angle. You have another 2 people.
Yeah, the
That
second
close
guy
away.
can die as well. Yeah, you missed the trade. But the third guy, no.
These are plays that you really can't anticipate when you're formulating a strat, when you're planning anything. These are stuff that really throws you off guard. I don't
The
think
wise man once said, expect the unexpected. Then you can
that was
move
in a
forward in
Rajinikanth
life.
movie as well, right? If I'm not wrong.
That I don't know. I saw this on another movie. I forgot the name of the movie, but it was an English movie.
Oh. Yeah. I bet it wouldn't have the same kick as my movie would have.
The level of Hindi movies you have watched is...
Not Hindi, bro. This is straight up Rajinikanth. So we're talking about South India here. Straight up explosions in the background like it's Power Rangers and, you know, fights like it's Valorant. That's why I love it.
A lot of slow-mo fights, I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. This though, I want it fast paced. What the hell? Why are you putting a salam there, bro? Oh god, Techno falls back as well. 10-6. This is rounds that is very expensive for them to let go of. And Techno still finding room at short. Little does he know, Hats has crept his way to the corner. Are they gonna?
Oh no, they're not gonna clear him. I don't think they know. Nope, they don't know. But they do.
That was right close to him. That was right next to his shoulder. And Simple, his frenzy's lethal, so his Hats and his flick. Disgusting whip.
Oh, I hate these type of smokes. Who places the smoke this deep?
He's doing it. Is he gonna go for it now? You betcha.
Planted.
He needs some info. No one's giving any form of noise to him. That's the problem. They went goodbye.
I thought he left. He's coming that tailwind. Oh, Son. We've seen him pull off brilliance before. Come on. Another possibility of a clutch, maybe? With this Phantom, does there come a spectrum of opportunity? Yes, there certainly does. As both has the flashes and the seekers if needs be. Does not want to overcommit to this though. I feel like that seekers would have been perfect because again, this is the 11th round on the board for Prime 5.
The 11th round is all that they could have hoped for. 11-6, ladies and gentlemen, and that last round was a save coming in from the members of Team Cullies, but that's the thing here, OG. That was an eco, and now you're on your last legs. If you lose here, you're done. This is the last operator you're going to be able to buy. And it's a best of one.
Best of one, and maybe
Things are
that's
looking
where it
grim
comes
for
all the
them.
fun, dude. This is going to be reliant on them making a Hail Mary play. This could be the perfect recipe of a miraculous comeback. We saw it yesterday, we could see it today as well. Trick, he's trying to dodge that and he was very nearly hit by it. Although the tailwind now not available for the fallback.
How is he still alive?
Way. A 5v5 post plan, not something that we see that often, but they have the Rolling Thunder, they have everything, they allow the half stick. This is big stuff, it gives the leverage on the side. Cullies, the stick, oh no! The double Hunter's Fury, a little space but a lot of chaos made, and they still find the clutch.
No, they Why was the Rolling Thunder that late?
What you know about rolling down in the deep aggressive?
Not much. But I think that from the other side, Prime 5, they could be digging themselves into a hole they really don't want to be in. It's 11-7, and OG, I don't think I need to tell you how many games we have lost from this scoreline. And if history repeats itself once again, Prime 5, they could be killing themselves. Oh!
Yeah. Nice try. Nice try. Red Bull gives you wings, and it seems like Venka just snatches you off them. He went back to the base faster than he went into that angle. Well, you better hope this ace side's not something that they're gonna commit to with as much pace. Because Venka still rules the site with an iron fist, and he's yet to concede. James finally puts him to bed though. Simple, quick rotation. Does he have any kind of anticipation on Cheem's whereabouts? Yes, he does. And he wants to give up this A side, analyzing that they have the advantage. Does not want to give that away. The Hunter's Fury as well. As he finds the fallback, he finds space for Techno to maybe lay waste to Hatz's aggression through short.
Waiting to see what they can get away with here, though. A ding to the forehead. Jibix, he knows that he's in a pretty tough spot. Techno, though, taking a good chunk of damage. And with the Astro Revive finally coming on down through, a lot of the angles have now been isolated. Here comes the first initial push. Good shots! And oh my god, even through a flash, he's going to be able to find out everything. Poor old Satan only had a judge in his hand, and he couldn't do anything. 12-7 on the scorecard, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, it feels as though Cullies, they just don't know how to go in for these retakes together as a team. The angles that they are checking, the angles that they are holding, it's just not working out in their favor whatsoever. Where's the early flash? Wait, you need to throw in a flash before you go in for the jump down.
Exactly. The power of friendship and family on that hold kept Prime 5 alive, and now puts them on the cusp of victory. A round streak is what we need of Team Cullies. And even I think I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. They have the
They have
they
money?
force. They have the Blade Storm on the side of Prime 5, and I think Venka on his blades is what's gonna make a difference. James, though, I think
Oh my.
silently has gone undetected with 23 frags. We've gotten to witness a lot of crazy stuff throughout the entire games, and him alongside Jivix on 21. Sure, numbers are a part of the story, but the way they've been doing it, especially on this defense, man, the coordinated peak, even on the attack, especially in the last round, the way they held it together. This power duo, at least in this matchup, is showing a lot of promise. Instant TP. And oh, they know where Son is! The Sheriff's not able to do much, even at that range. Techno has gone by undetected, able to find the frag on a hat. He goes in with the gun,
Gonna
could
get
have
the gun.
been scary. Yeah, Venka's left blades though. Ooh, wanted to hand out haircuts. It's the knives against... It's the knife battle between the Jets that we wanted. F.
Ken's is gonna be good for one. The Jivix is gonna shut everything down with the 2 to 4s. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be sending Team Cullies home in Prime 5. They're gonna be the ones to take this one away and move forward to the round of 8.
I feel like it was in the first series, the second series is the similar tale. Team Cullies simply not able to find form in the second half. Oh, so much expectation that we had from them, but well attempted in the first half. You saw that they had a very solid game plan, a couple of solid rounds as well. A lot of things that Venka did do right in this game, but again, it's so much of a team effort, right? Like we saw in the second half with how those retakes went. Not really the team effort that we expected, but the one we got nonetheless. And sadly, the one that got Team Prime 5 to a W. Let's quickly head to the highlights and relive Haven yet again, ladies and gentlemen. It might have been a quick scoreline. That's what the... I mean, it might have been a quick game. That's what the scoreline suggested. There were, however, a couple of moments that either team could be proud of.
Honestly speaking, I think that Jivix easily takes the MVP. Yeah, Keems was insane the way that he played on the Silva, but then again, man, Jivix was just on a different level. The way that he got those impact frags and those clutches just screams the level of proficiency he has on the chamber. And then again, I'm a chamber sim, know that for a fact. But that's not the case here. The way that Prime 5 looked, it just showcases that they are really strong and potent as a team and as a roster. Individually, yeah, they're insane. But so are the members of Team Cullies. Team Cullies hit a lot of nutty and incredible shots, but good aim is only going to get you this far. You need to take it to that next level as well. In Prime 5, they're looking to be the ones to take it all away if the other teams in this tournament are not careful.
Small margins is what Prime 5 were looking for, and that's exactly what they got, right? You can see in the decision making that they took, more than comfortable playing retake, playing off man advantages, playing off coordinated pushes, and of course, James and Jivix, key parts of why Prime 5 were able to take this one in such a fashion. Both of these players had phenomenal moments where they came alive when things looked dark for their team. And it did look dark. Venka and Co. alongside Techno, Simple, these players also had their own limelight. But sadly, like you said, aggressive. This is a professional setting in Valorant where highlight material can only get you so much views, but can't get you the W. And the W is what these teams are looking for. Sadly, yeah, maybe in the second time of asking. This best of one proved a little too lethal for them, and kudos where credit is due. I'm excited to see what Prime 5 have to offer for the rest of the Challenger series.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break. But what we can have for W for you guys back at home is the special discounts that we have in the link in the description below. Get yourself an INR 999 off on the latest LG Ultragear 144Hz esports monitors. The LG 24GN 600 is on that discount margin. So use the code UG999 at the link in the description below to get that little bit of a discount so that you can put it on for your Red Bull drinks. QR code is going to be there in the bottom right when we are going to be going on down over into short break. But for now, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LG Ultragear presents the Esports of Challenger Series powered by ZOTAC Gaming. We're now back after, let's say, an interesting affair for game number two. It was not what we expected. Team Cullies fell flat on their face, and we
Yeah.
saw an incredible game from the players of Prime 5. Jivix rising up to the challenge, completely shutting down every single clutch potential that the members of Team Cullies could have had. He sent a message, and that message will be synonymous throughout this entire tournament. That was a performance that we did not expect, and now we need to expect the unexpected because it's Enigma going up against W Gaming.
All right. Enigma need no introduction anyway. So yeah, it's Enigma Gaming. I think 90% of our fans are in the chat for EG, but W Gaming, a newer team. A couple of names that I do recognize from pugs here and there. So from my info, this team has been together for just a little long, and it's a very hard test now that they have to face. I hope that it's not like the first best of one that we had yesterday. That's my only hope, aggressive.
Well, I think there's a high possibility this will be 13-4 because we know what Enigma are capable of. We know the talent that they have on their side. And OG, I don't think I need to tell you what's gonna happen when you make Enigma mad. You may take like 2 rounds off of them, but that could just
So, in all honesty, I think both of us have done enough jinxing today.
Hey,
So
why do
you
you think why
never.
do you think I'm saying it?
Oh. 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 Okay.
I'm
Okay.
bringing out my inner Floki.
Okay. So in the starting of the broadcast, you're like, "Hey, I don't want to get any hate messages on my Instagram." And now you just pull out this card like you're a chamber. Good
Yeah,
luck
yeah, yeah.
leaking
It's
out of
like
that,
I
dude.
take out my credit card, I swipe my finger, and I pull out the 2 to 4. So he's like, come at me, bro.
I sense a suppress coming your way straight up. Ban essay. It'll come flying your way and you can't even shoot at it. What'll you do today, folks, huh?
Yeah,
What'll you
yeah,
do?
for sure.
Regardless, I
Hey,
mean, see, it's Ascent now, okay? Ascent's a map that I really like because it kind of takes away from the duelists and focus a little bit more on the initiators and the controllers because that's what makes the most difference, especially in my mind, the initiator. Because a Sova is a staple in Ascent, at least in my opinion. You can't play Ascent without a Sova most of the time because you can't take the leverage in terms of information, and especially in maybe like the B side, the walls are paper thin, and the retake is instrumental for you to find a way to clear angles, as most of the sites are sure compact but comprises a lot of different angles and opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of crossfires and utility misplays. So it's going to be essential for us to see maybe that double initiator composition. That's what I'm expecting walking in. But again, we have raw fuel, so I'm expecting nothing less than a jet to be on the server.
Yep.
We're going to get a jet from either side, I'm going to presume. One thing I love about Ascent is the fact that, you know, a jet is as viable as even something like a raise, in my opinion. The close nature of Ascent makes sure that the utility damage can be just explosive enough for it to have a league of its own. So yeah, it's all going to come down to the agent select, and I'm afraid that that's where we have to head, as it's going to be our last game of the day. We're hoping that we end this day off, ladies and gentlemen, with a banger.
and I do believe that Enigma, they're going to be putting on a pretty incredible show in the long run. But for now, at least, wait a minute. Is
Identic
this the
stuff.
same
Wait, what?
ghost that I'm thinking of? Is this a different ghost?
I'm not sure, but one thing I'm not sure about is Rexy's pick on the Killjoy. Not something that we see this often, but again, I think out of every other map, Ascent might be the one place where Killjoy is a little more viable.
A lockdown.
Just imagine, dude, like you can have the chamber as well and be more versatile. You can have more long range engagements with the chamber. You have more gunfight ability when you have a chamber. So it's a very significant trade-off that Enigma are going for, but it's also a calculated trade-off because now they can play on the back of utility, and being a far more superior team in this matchup, they can base their game off a more consistent approach.
Yep.
We've done all the theory crafting, we've done all the chitter chatter. Let's head to where the noise cannot be controlled, ladies and gentlemen. Last best of one for today, and I hope you're as hyped as I am, because EG are on the server. Flip it before I flip you.
That is just evil incarnate there, OG. Come on.
They're gonna paranoia the hell out of Rexy, though. He needs to fall back. Support to market's gonna be relatively late. He's isolated. The smoke gives him a little bit to maybe fall back upon, but he's all the way towards backside, and nobody from EG side ready for the re-engagement. Rexy needs to hold his own. The classic tap fail him. Close range raw fuels, an absolute menace. Half backup, has friends, has teammates. The classic close range, though, Excali has been taken down relatively low. Luckily, the aggression goes in tandem, and the pistol swiftly secured by Enigma. Right after that smoke dissipated, the window was absolutely missing for W Gaming. They could not hold their ground after that push came on through. They were not ready one bit.
Raw Fuel is just on a different level as soon as he starts taking those swings. The man just W keyed his way forward and just instantly just tapped two people. He didn't care. And these are the type of gameplay that you really are not going to be expecting whatsoever.
Yeah, I just hope walking into this they don't like become extra out, you know. It should not be a case where it diminish your approach or what your idea is of your game plan. Only slow stuff that they're gonna do right now, and again, it's only pistols, right? They're looking for maybe aggression if they're gonna be cocky here, Enigma. That's where W Gaming try and capitalize. Rafuel though should see the shoulder. No armor. The Marshall's just a lethal weapon. You don't even need a scope in, and well, it's gonna be a field day for EG. Almost flawless. I'm think putting a little bit of resistance. Has the ghost. No bullets. 2-0. A nice swift start from Enigma, and their economy now gonna be able to grow easily as well. What's gonna be crucial is the fact that Raw Fuel is gonna be in a position where he still has that Marshall, right? A Marshall, especially in this map, is so viable. You can use it at a decent bit of range with the scope in, no ADS. You can go for the CQC fights, especially because the avenues are so slim, right? In a bonus, it's so ideal that you'd rather save this, you'd rather keep this, and then buy the operator when your entire team can invest behind you to fight the Vandals the round next. So I'm going to be looking forward to what magic our man has in the bag.
see how it all pans out because RVK, he's gonna be ready with his own couple of shock darts. Not really gonna be able to find on much though. Small bits of information here and there. That's all that he can hope for. Raw fuel. Maybe fighting for a bit more than you can do here, buddy. But then again, it's raw fuel. We're talking about crosshair positions already. Flash is coming out. Left flash is coming out right. Raw fuel. Oh baby. He's ready for the shots.
That was so quick, and there's simply no way that W Gaming were even able to respond to that. You can see that they had the right idea there. They knew exactly where he was. They tried to flash him. They tried to do everything, but you still can't flush raw fuel. And you never want to add fire over raw fuel, right? You just make yourself a victim of burn. That recon should clear any close shenanigans, but it breaking though will confirm the presence towards defender spawn. They'll close the market door here, so one avenue cut down unless they force their way, which will be a telegraph play thereafter. They're falling back. It's gonna be a late lurk from the KO as the rest of...
Wait, the door's opening?
Mango could have been big, but they know what the play is now to some extent. 20 seconds left, the spike is nowhere near a sight. What are they gonna do?
They need to choose which side they want to go to, and they're
15
choosing the
seconds.
B. Wait, where are the players?
10 seconds!
No, Andy
don't
can
even have
easily deny
time.
this. Yeah, Andy can easily deny this.
We don't even need to fight this! 3 seconds! Ha! Good luck!
What?
What was the plan here? They didn't get a fight cool, but after that 40-second mark, you are in the ballpark to then make the next move. You need to have the onus on you to deliver at that moment. That's when your play is going to be decisive, which it wasn't. After that short play collapsed on the back of that flash, you never really saw them amount to anything thereafter, right? It was just the lingering mid presence, the A main presence completely fallen flat. Early days. That's all I'm going to say. Early days for now. Let's see how all this pans out in the finals.
This doesn't look that good for them at all. Off fuel. He's looking to do as much damage as he possibly can. Went a little bit too over-aggressive, finding off a bit more than he could chew there, but he's going to be able to run out regardless. Good positions for him, but then again, the other team, they're going to be making a run for it. W Gaming, not really finding a lot of chances to W their way forward in towards the side, but maybe, just maybe, raw fuel, just a little bit of mercy. Nah, I don't think so.
Team play looked a little confusing, but understandably so. I mean, it's EG that we're talking about. Dash, nice timing to catch raw fuel off guard. And Enigma, still having that man advantage. They're gonna be sitting pretty at side, waiting for the opportunity for it to present itself. They're not gonna be that hungry thereafter. Not sure if that 0 point detected the position of blinding lights. But right now, it's not the weekend. It's a weekday, and
30 seconds left.
it's a very weak attack that started off. Again, weak by power, not by what day it is. And again, they just run out of time. They're waiting for a push that's not gonna come, and that's something very smart EG are at it, right? They're like, you know what? You're on inferior weapon. We're respecting you enough not to challenge that. You come into our crosshair, we're gonna just chill and be vibing over here, because we know how we're gonna be playing off each other. So you might as well just walk into a trap, so we'll finish the job off.
You did say that today was a Sunday, and technically it is a weekday for me. For you guys, Sunday's a day off, but for me, it's...
I mean, I'm talking about weak in terms of power, bro. They don't look like they're that up and at it, you know? That's why it's not a powerful day, it's more of a weak day, you know?
Oh! God damn it. Okay, I've been bamboozled again. But but on the other side, I believe that all the members of W Gaming, they're also bamboozled. They're expecting Enigma to get overconfident going for pushes.
They aren't.
Yeah, but Enigma, they're showing respect to this team. That's what's surprising, but at the same time, incredible to watch as well. That doesn't always happen when you think about it, OG. A team garnering respect from one of the best teams of the region. And the fact that they're giving that much respect is one of the main reasons why Enigma are also winning on these matches.
Not
incredible to
letting
watch.
their own judgment cloud what's the better call there, right? They're just doing things textbook. The way it's supposed to be done on a best of one. They don't want to risk anything. They just want to finish the match and enjoy the day for all they're concerned. And I think the players are more than ready to get underway. Another buy for W Gaming, and it's a buy that should maybe get the ball rolling at some point. You need to try and have that mid game be a strong strategy. Right now, the middle part of the map is not being occupied any bit whatsoever by EG. The push though from mains absolutely brutal. Man ran right around the corner. He was about to get a tap in the back. Luckily, they're able to find a little bit of real estate, but is this real estate a blessing? Which it seems like it from the outside, but a curse in disguise. Oh, what a nice outdeal. Manframe at range takes raw fuel out. That's when he's put to bed. The Jet put in between two defenders.
God,
Not really an ideal position. And Excali towards mid. Just in the perfect rack position to catch every single rotation that's coming for aid. 5-0 EG. Yeah. It's been pretty textbook and vanilla so far, but it's worked and it's been flawless.
It just goes to show it just takes a couple of seconds for it all to pan out for you. And with that, a lot of aggressive pushes coming in now from the side of Enigma, but at the same time, they're going in for calculated pushes. It's aggressive, but at the same time, slow and steady at the same time. And Dash, he actually used the teleporter to go around that corner. Couple of more flashes, couple more plays. Angel's gonna be good, and Excali nearly lost his life there on that corner. But then again, Antidote's gonna be able to retaliate on towards mid, get that kill on towards the face of Ghost, send him back packing. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, things are gonna slow down substantially for them. But then again, for how long is the real question.
Yeah. Let's see, perfect.
Yep, here we go.
Finds should be able to catch
This is a free kill, right?
easily. Easily.
No? Okay, that's a free kill.
Spike down mid.
Antis.
Rexy, that is dangerous to peek. But then
think
again, that
it's,
angle is absolutely horrendous if you're on the top side.
Yeah, I think either way it was a risky fight, but Rexy, considering his portfolio success, is more than comfortable. They have the lockdown, they have the Blade Storm. On the other side, you have 4 ultimates synced up, including the Tote Force. What about a bomb rush towards the side where you use the overload so that utility doesn't flush you? Try playing the post plan with the Tote Force to deny that kind of trade on the back of 1 kill. I don't know, man. I'm just throwing names into the hat here. You pick them.
At this point, I believe that Enigma, they just have so much more control.
Disgusting.
Look at their proficiency, the way that they're peeking these angles. That's the problem here. All the members of W Gaming, they're holding very common corners, and they're expecting to win out on these engagements against players of Enigma's caliber. It's not that simple. I understand that you have a lot of confidence, but you need to show respect to your opposition as well. Enigma's showing you respect. They're peeking the corners in the most textbook way possible.
Utility, timing, teamwork, everything going in tandem.
Yeah,
This is a very crucial play for them to make, and this is the timing for them to make it, though. That's been the bane of their existence, the timing that they're committing to such plays. Hopefully, this is why they actually push the pedal to the metal to the pedal.
Nice one way.
Yeah, that is just gruesome.
Spike down mid.
Oh, wait, that one way is a little bit too high right there. Oh, hello, Rafuel. Okay, nice. Add salt to the wound. Salt-based style.
Yeah. Back in the good old days when there used to be somebody with a sniper who used to just be ADS, and we used to call him cameraman. But I think the meaning of that has been changed with Valorant.
I guess. Okay, no, not gonna lie, that is true. When I think about it.
Yeah, like classic BM and chat used to be like, dude, did you take?
Let's see a cipher.
Not giving you guys ideas there in chat.
Get out of my way!
I think that we have already found the next big thing for the chat. It's just spam. every single day now.
Well,
Hey, if any of the pro players get bullied, it's your fault.
we'll see about that. The overload though, and Rexy not able to dispose of his utility. They still have the lockdown though, so they should be more than comfortable getting away with the fight. Rexy though, however, he is more interested in the gunplay. He's a hunter, he will show gun, and the fun kind of stops when the advantage sways the other way. Blinding Light is out in the open though, so it's very hard to get a revive on him. Ooh, the doink. RVK. Beautiful timing.
11
Not playing
seconds.
for great
They can
tag
wait.
and Cullies. He's known for being Mr. Timing himself. The flash, beautifully primed, beautifully finished. Is that the best you got? I love the way KO rubs the salt in the wounds, man. I think second, I think third, maybe to Astra and KJ. Losing a duel to KJ is like losing a quiz to your, nerd classmate. You never hear the end of it.
I think that's Astra.
No, Astra straight up Popeye Boomer. So, that's straight up like derogatory insults at age, something that you can't even control.
My God, you're making me feel old now, G.
Well, at least somebody makes you feel old.
True. Then again, the players of W Gaming though, they're feeling this swirl down on them. Shots are not connecting, and they're just dropping like flies. Yup. And that's another one. That's another one. Bodies are dropping like hot potatoes here. Get them cheap. Get them piping hot. Because for now, they're falling apart. Experience coming into play, and Enigma showcasing exactly why.
But why does
They're
he
one of the
throw the
best teams of
Pokeball
the
and then walk in?
Diversion tactics.
Ah, I get it. That's why we're so close as, Valorant players. Even though we don't play with each other, we get each other's.
Yes,
Big brains, dude. Big brains. 9-0 nonetheless, and these tactics have been...
molly your own corner so that you can push out of that molly. Your opponent's
Exactly.
not expecting.
Always expect the unexpected. And again, like, if you're not playing Phoenix, then that's a given. So at least Phoenix is dead now.
And
I don't
I'm still
like
waiting for Riot to buff the character. They're like, oh, we're gonna buff the character. 1 year later, we're still buffing the character.
I don't know, dude. I don't like Phoenix personally. Him just running at you like that, extra life, break the crossfire, it's just too annoying. What is annoying though is the fact that this mid game has been proven unfruitful on multiple occasions for W Gaming. Regardless what they do, they tried the fast play, didn't work. They tried the slow play, way too slow for their own comfort and their ability to win the round.
I think they're losing gunfights way too often. I understand the strategies that they're going for, but trade game, they're trying to play for the trades, but they're losing all of their engagement.
I know, right? And that's the thing, it's an FPS, it's a shooter. You need to shoot and win your aim deals for you to win it. Utility can help you through the majority of the way. Okay, love you. It's like, take my position, let's see what you do with it.
I think that Rafiel was expecting, oh, it's not gonna hit me, it's probably a bug. There's no way that's gonna hit me right now. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Lightning Light gets a kill on Scally, and that was towards mid. That might cause a little bit of panic in the EG boot camp. Maybe the first round for W Gaming, but they need to W their way into the side. Counter utility gonna be the name of the game, and Rexy can't hold his ground. That would have given Angela a little bit of room to peek, but Raw Fuel's more than enough to pick the pieces short. Oh, that could have been a kill. It stands though in a 2v2. Okay, nice debate. Nice fake, although it doesn't pull Raw Fuel back just yet. Has that operator, so he's gonna look for a quick reposition if there is any, and Dash. Oh, Raw Fuel had the right idea, and Dash is still patient. He's not pushed that smoke.
Let's take the Vandal and just move on forward and towards the side. They
I
have.
thought we'd see the highlight Raw Fuel, not gonna lie. I'm a little disappointed he went to the Vandal.
Yeah, it's fine. They want to win the game as fast as they possibly can. It's pretty late into the night. I want to see how much they can get away with. Perfect! That was a beautiful smoke to try and find out the swing. Dash needed to go in for a swing a lot more closer towards the angle so that Raw Fuel had the angle advantage instead. That was a smart plan in general.
Yeah. Double digits on the side of EG. Looking to be 12 though. That spike plan though will give a little money for W Gaming to maybe W their way into another side. They'll have the utility, they'll have a little bit of firepower for sure. But they don't have that curveball that throws Enigma off guard.
Placing sentry.
Brutal. Savage. Enigma. They want to take this like it's their own to ravage. Sprint the flash. Again. Cali has been towards mid most of the time, and this time, you know, it's no contact whatsoever towards mid from W Gaming. They just want to focus towards the main side for now. Cali's looking to exploit this. Beautiful flash gives him the whereabouts of one player. Pop flash is.
My god, this guy is just toying with his feelings. Give him a sunglass, the poor man. And Rawfuel's just adding insult to injury one by one. He's dropping them like flies. Rexy comes in for a little bit of a bite as well. They're looking for more. Ghost misses the shot. And a flawless round for the side of Enigma, 11-0. Ladies and gentlemen, the last game of the day. This will be the fastest one.
Not what we expected, but hey, EG, at least we expected this from them, right? I didn't want to expect a whitewash, but old habits die hard, and sometimes your curse doesn't come true. Not gonna lie, when we use a curse like a double-edged sword, that's when the lines between it working and not working goes away, right? For all those in chat, you're not familiar with the voodoo magic like we are. So regardless, talking about magic, we have Rawfuel, the operator. Whips out that first kill. There we go. Took his time with it. Patience is key, even in a situation like that. Oh, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Are you gonna outbrain Antidote? Nah. Didn't work.
Not today. Not today.
Rawfuel is chasing him, bro. Rawfuel has no chill.
Dash, he's just gonna wait on this corner, see what he can find. Rawfuel's gonna be able to find one more 4K for himself. He wants this ace. And will he be able to get it? That's a real question. Man's on the middle front. His possession has already been known, and Rawfuel's gonna be able to get that ace to finish out the first half. Beautifully done, and Rawfuel, he's just gonna chill. He's just gonna vibe. He knows for a fact that, hey, this is just another day in the office for me.
Nice flip.
Cut him up like a professional sushi chef on this case. Make a sashimi out of them.
A sushi chef.
Shh.
You almost ran into a, tongue twister there.
Yeah, do you know why this happened? This is what happens when you go trick with kids.
Lol. 12-0. If anything has to happen, it has to be on the pistols, right? Even weaponry, utility, everything is one and the same. I know it's hard to remember. The last time we saw something like this.
Oh god damn it! Don't!
Oh god. Well, the TP towards backside. Now this is the risky play that might just pay off the alarm bot. Oh god.
Okay, Rawfuel. Okay, Rawfuel!
Down. Yeah, like the Jet intro song. That's what he's gonna do. Nice stop. 20-0.
What were these shots? Just look at this man. He's like, oh yes, I won. Number 2. Make it a number 4. Like, this guy just was like serving them all up on a silver platter, running into a nano swarm and then doing something like this?
Disgusting.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, I hope that this has been that kind of a platform for a team like W Gaming. It might be a team of friends coming together. It might be a tale of just having fun in a tournament. And I hope that they sincerely did. Sure, it's a 13-0, but it's again one of the 3 best teams that they have in the country. Not even the 3rd best team, one of the 3 best teams, because they're all the way up there. So this is nothing that they need to be sad about or they need to be demotivated. This is something that you need to take on your chin, and path to improvement is often through L's. You take 2 L's, this is an L, right? You take 2 L's, make them a W like this. Let's head to the highlights and let's quickly glance through what has been a very, very quick last game.
Yeah. Going through the highlights. I don't think there's really much to say about it. I believe that W Gaming, they were just really scared. I didn't see any form of confidence in their plays, and when they did show confidence, they were just not able to hit a lot of their shots because they were scared of the opposition and what was waiting for them behind the corner. This was just an experience, and I shouldn't really say this is a castle, but it was an aim diff. Like I don't know what else to say here. Mechanically, it just showcased that Enigma were far superior in a lot of these different cases, and it's one of the bitter pills that you have to swallow. But you just need to improve yourself, and just as you said, make a W out of those 2 Ls.
I feel like, especially in the case of Valorant, it's a game where RNGesus is a little more prevalent, right? So every move you need to make be a little more decisive for the odds to be in your favor. And in a lot of these engagements, the odds simply weren't in W Gaming's favor. Either the time was dipped too low, or whatever they were going for was already thwarted by utility. Important part about beating a team like Enigma is not winning the gunfights, but baiting the utility out. So when the gunfights come, it's going to be dead even. That's why teams take their time. And when you do take those good 1.5 minutes to set up for execute, you're not going to take those 1.5 minutes to only get map control. No, no, sir. You need to
You need
focus
kills.
your entire defense. You need to force utility out of your enemy most of the time. And that's something that you never really saw Enigma do, right? They knew exactly where the fights were and they used their utility only for the fights. And that's very, very evident even in the highlights when they were in the defending half.
Yeah, utility usage on point. The angles that are being cleared were pretty much synonymous as well. There was nothing really wrong with what Enigma were doing. It was pure perfect Valorant, top to bottom. And then there's Raw Fuel just hitting shots like this. Like this man didn't even care. Through the smoke, through nano swarms, through goddamn chamber trips, everything was being thrown in his face. And this man did not even skip a beat on those marks. So
Yeah.
she Enigma moving forward is not really a surprise, but you do have to feel sad for the side of W Gaming because they had to go up against such a driving and dominant force.
Hey, sometimes it's meant to be, man, and sometimes you just learn from an experience like this. I know that most of the players in W Gaming are starting off either making this team for a professional reason or it might just be a fun tournament. But either way, it's a learning experience that'll help in both their goals. And that's something that you guys can do as well. If you guys want to be on par to whoever lays waste against you, do make sure that you check down the link below as we do have a small sale going on in the monitor department. So if you're any of those 60 hertz boomers, you can get yourself one of the sleekest 144 hertz esports monitors by LG Ultragear, that being the LG 24 GN600. You get 999 rupees off if you use the code UG999 in the description below. Do make sure to check out ZOTAC's latest cards because more frames will give you more games to win. And at the end of the day, as long as you're smooth making those kills, you're smooth with those thrills as well. That's what we're looking for live. That's what we hope that we're going to get the next time when we come on air. The games today, yeah, a couple of them were close together, but only the last game was a landslide. I'm pretty satisfied. What about you, Aggressive?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy on this one, and I do believe the audience back at home will be as well. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell to do get notified when we do go live. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive with OG signing on off, and we're going to be seeing you tomorrow with a lot more action at the Esports Club for the LG Ultra presents the Esports Club Challenger Series, powered by ZOTAC Gaming. Good night, and happy gaming, everyone.